special. Is that right, Rhonda, this time? Okay, we're in a series. Make sure I'm doing it the right point in the service. And we are in the midst of a stewardship campaign, you might call it, stewardship series, really, where we're kind of emphasizing God's blessings as we, in obedience, get back to Him the way He's commanded us to. And we've had different testimonies during the past couple of weeks. I believe this is our third one, and I've just recently heard others from people unsolicited about God's blessing over a lifetime of tithing and going over and above the tithe. It's just some amazing testimonies. But we got an amazing testimony here this morning. I believe it's Chris Coleman. Is that correct? So, Chris, you can go ahead and come up here and share with us. That's right. You can clap for Chris. I don't know if he deserves it, but go ahead. You can clap for him. All right, Chris.
All right, you guys know I love this microphone, so I'll try to be short. So when Tom and Rhonda approached me to give a testimony on tithing, it was really, the first thing that came to my mind was faithfulness, right? So when we tithe, that's our way of showing faithfulness to God, that He's going to take care of us and He's going to take care of our money. So I really thought about the times in my life when tithing has related financial things and faithfulness, and there's been too many to count, honestly. From being able to purchase a home that we never thought we would be able to afford, to paying rent when we had newborn babies that we didn't have the money and there was a check in the mailbox because we were faithful and we tithed. The most recent one that I can really think of that really hits was the day was April 9th, 2020. As you all know, we have a newer born baby. He's not newborn anymore, but he was born on April 3rd, 2020. So this is 6 days later. I'm on maternity leave, whatever you call it. Is it paternity? Is that for the dads? Yeah. So I get a call from my HR, and me and the HR are friends, and I'm like, oh, so she calls and congratulates me on the birth, and then I hear her voice change, and she says, hold on, I got to get the VP of sales on the phone with you. So I was a regional install manager who reported to a VP of sales. So I was like, that's kind of odd, right? So then as he's talking, it almost sounded like I was on Charlie Brown, right? All I heard was like, wah, 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 wah. And that basically they were telling me that, with the current economic situation, that they were eliminating my entire department. So, so it's the first time ever, I'm 38 years old, first time ever in my career that I've ever been terminated from a job. And not terminated as in I did something bad, but just like the job is no longer there. So I have a mortgage, have 2 kids already, just had a third one. What am I going to do, right? My wife doesn't work, she's a stay-at-home mom, so we're a one-income family. So me and Barbara talked about it, and there was a lot of crying, and we had some great family support, but it was, never stopped tithing because I knew Jesus was going to take care of us, right? He was going to make things happen. And He did. He made money appear that I never would have thought of. There was grants from the county that all of a sudden we got that we didn't have to pay back for the exact amount of our mortgage. So it was little things like that. So I continually was faithful to Him because I knew He would be faithful to me. And what basically happened out of that is I got the career I have now, whereas sorry, it's kind of hard. So basically, I applied for this position, right? I was applying for hundreds of positions because I needed a job, I needed to work. As a man, you want to provide for your family. So I'm applying. I take a job that's not the job I want. It's just it's bringing some income in because I'm a man. I'm not going to be on unemployment. I don't want to live off the government, right? So I need to provide for my family. So this job pays okay. It's not near the money I was making. But I still tithed and I still did things because I knew that God's going to take care of me. He's going to, even though we're making $20,000 less a year, none of the bills change. So that money's got to come from somewhere, and it comes from God. So still was applying for jobs because I needed more money, right? $20,000 is a lot to take on a yearly decrease. So finally, this one job, they called me did a phone interview. They set me up for a Zoom interview because the COVID stuff was going on. The night before, I had a conversation with Maddie about integrity and faithfulness. So we're people of integrity. We keep our word because God's going to keep His word to us. So the next day, I had a really bad day at work. It was time for this Zoom interview, and I said, you know what? I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to call in. I'm not going to do anything. And that conversation popped in my head. Chris, you're a man of integrity. You need to be faithful. God has lined us up. So I did the Zoom interview, and after 25 interviews later, I got the position. So my final interview with the CEO of this company, he says, Chris, you know what? Your current employer paid you this much money. I'm going to pay you $15,000 more because of what they did to you. So it's never giving up hope. It's being faithful to God because He's going to be faithful to you. He's going to take care of you. And that was really, I think my whole life, I've had instances where God has helped us out, but nothing where it's been a black and white picture, right? This was a black and white picture that, I can do so much on my own, but I can't do anything without Him.
Amen. Amen.